today's news, male dies in Long Look shooting incident. While low turnout means government has something to prove. Efforts continue to restore water supply to Rotown and surrounding areas. Shadow ministers should be appointed, says Fraser. And the deputy premier position was up for grabs, claim opposition members. Well, viewers, these are more stories when 284 News return. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Stephen Payne.
That was a 9 out of 10. I know you got the service down pat.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually
you're feeling it.
Alonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Murrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites. It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy. Well, welcome viewers to the Monday, May 1st edition of 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. Well, leading today's news, a shooting incident in Long Look, Tortola on Sunday, April 30th, 2023 has left one male dead after receiving multiple gunshot wounds. Well, the incident took place shortly before 6 p.m. Well, the identity of the male is known, but is being withheld until officially released by the authorities. Well, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force confirmed the incident in an official statement stating that it occurred near the Stickett in Long Look, but they also informed the media that no further information could be released at the time. But more to come as this story develops. Well, moving on, viewers, where a low voter turnout is one of the factors that has characterized the 2023 general election in the Virgin Islands. Our Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley recently spoke on the matter during the swearing-in of the new government, where he noted that the incoming government which he leads is tasked with restoring the confidence of the Virgin Islands people in the territory's political systems. Well, the Premier spoke on April 25th. Earlier that day, 284 Media's Jacka Woodin sat with Miss Harriet Mercer, whose visit to the Tortola coincided with the election. Mercer, a native of St. Thomas, is an elected member of the United States Virgin Islands Board of Elections, while she holds a formal degree in political science from Bethune-Cookman College, now University in Florida. But she's also a belonger of the BVI with the family roots such as the Mercer family of Chalwell, Tortola, and the Shinneries of Jos Van Dyke. Well, she spoke drawing from her experience as an elections official and a political science academic. Mercer had this to say on the voter turnout.
Certainly, you want to see that more than half would come out to vote, and at least even 80% would come out to vote. That would make a better election because then it's a more fair representation of the people, I would say, bona fide to vote. You know, they might not be residents, might not be belongers, but they're certainly bona fide. They met the mark to register and to be included in that process. So it would be great to have like an 80% turnaround, to be a real replica of what the people really feel and want in any jurisdiction.
Well, Mercer shared the sentiments that the low voter turnout should not intimidate the elected officials, as all that matters moving forward is their ability to prove to members of the public that they are able to deliver. Well, she believes that the government should step in with confidence, knowing that it has something to prove to the electorate.
I think they can still step in because at least it was half or more than half the people registered to vote, and they can just show the people what they're really made of. You know what I'm saying? I think, yes, they should step in with half and not feel gloomy because only so few came out, only so few we were able to convince. Just step in and make those changes. Be yourself, be real, be authentic, you know, listen to the people. You know, try to meet their needs. Of course, try to establish and deliver on your promises, but certainly listen to the people. They might have others or other ideas as the campaign went on and it's finished. They might have seen something in another jurisdiction, heard something somewhere else that could work here in the BVI. Just listen to them and show them that, yes, it was worth their vote. Even though it was low turnout, it was worth the time that it took to even consider. Some people may have gotten up that morning and decided at the last minute not to vote. But show them that, you know what, you should have come, because here I am and I'm doing my work and I'm here to serve you.
Mercer also shared her views on how the decision of Honorable Lorna Smith to align with the Virgin Islands Party resonates politically. But Smith, too, she said, has something to prove.
Point blank, it looks bad in the beginning, okay? It looks bad. It looks like you had a different agenda from the beginning. Okay, you were going to do that anyway. You were just waiting for the opportunity, or you would have, because if it had been the 7 on the other side, and that could have been done, because I understand they were trying to get together, the other remaining 7 that was scattered, the 3, 3, and 1.
Yeah.
I understand they were trying to get together but couldn't do it. So she had to make her move. In the final analysis, she had to make her move. She decided to make her move, and again, I go back to let's now see how she performs. Let's see now how she goes in and stands in alliance with the other 6 and really, really turns the place around. Anybody is free as a human being to just change their party at any time. We know that, right? But it does look shady at the beginning. But she has to, and I watched her interview last night. I couldn't tell you, I wasn't convinced by what she was saying compared to the Lorna Smith I saw in other videos. But certainly, she's warming up and she has to deliver.
Well, she believes that the officials need to hit the ground running into this new administration, as there is a lot that needs to be done. But she believes that the first priority should be breathing new life into a positive image of the Virgin Islands on the international stage.
Definitely starting with cleaning up the mess. I like to say the foy mess, if you will, and giving the BVI a fresh image. Putting a new coat of paint on this new house. They have to get to that. And that means that when the people on the street speaking, they have to take their words now to the assembly right away and let them know, hey, this is what we want immediately. I think it's going to need an immediate turnaround. No time, 4 years goes by fast, okay? And they're going to have to hit the pavement running and put on roller skates and turn this place around so the image is different, it's fresh, it's new. A governor won't have to be watching you and decide, yes, we're going to take this place away because this is our home. We're depending on everybody here to really get it together. Go back, I was surprised when I came here and I couldn't find as much local traditions, whether the local food and everything else. And I know they said, my father even always said, you'll never see a McDonald's here, you'll never see a Burger King, Pizza Hut, you'll never see those things. You'll never see it, but of course I hear that they're bringing it in a lot. And that's sad because it needs to be a place where, yes, it can be just a real Caribbean island that eats fresh, local, agriculture is booming, people are being healthy and staying healthy. And you cannot progress if you're leaving agriculture behind and health behind. You just can't. You may have that bunch of dollars now, but how long is it going to last if you're not well? So the focus has to be on education, agriculture, and doing those things that really keep us going in the new way, being done by new methods, of course.
Well, weekend power outages and a major leak discovered en route to Rotong has resulted in interruptions to the water supply for residents along the Blackburn Highway from Bogus Bay to Parakeeta Bay and parts of Rotong. Well, this was revealed in a statement from the Water and Sewage Department on Monday, featuring Acting Director of the Water and Sewage Department, Mr. Brian Davis. Well, Davis assured residents that efforts are being made to restore their water supply. Well, he explained that power outages experienced on Saturday, April 29th and Sunday, April 30th had placed limitations on the production capacity of water. Well, Davis further explained that in addition, a major leak has developed en route to Rotong and has further delayed the restoration of water supply to Rotong and surrounding areas. As of Monday, May 1st, operators are said to be assessing the situation in an effort to restore supply. Well, the department has promised to continue to issue updates as restoration efforts progress. Well, up next, shadow ministers should be appointed, says Fraser, and the deputy premier position was up for grabs, claim opposition members. Well, these are more stories after a word from our sponsors.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing,
can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home. Keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Is that my lunch? Is that my lunch?
We're like the coworker that doesn't eat your lunch.
I'm John. I'm John.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Kids, let's go! Sean, what are you doing?
I solved it. We'll buy our life insurance policy from this company and then go over here and get our home insurance. Then get our motor policy from right over here.
Or we could just get everything with CG Insurance. Save a lot of money and effort.
They do it all? Even pensions?
Even pensions.
We're like a husband that doesn't overcomplicate everything. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Well, Chairman of the Progressives United Party and District 3-elect Honorable Julian Fraser believes that the opposition should seek to appoint shadow ministers in the 5th House of Assembly. Well, Fraser made a comment during a recent press conference that was held by each of the 3 political parties which have formed the opposition. Well, shadow ministers can be defined as members of the opposition who are selected by the leader of the opposition with the responsibility of closely examining the work of the government and individual ministers. Well, Fraser said such an initiative will also assist first-timer Honorable Stacey Mather, who has been elected as an at-large representative under the Progressive Virgin Islands Movement Party.
We can be very creative and we can put forward a lot of things that are happening elsewhere that needs to happen here. One of the things I think that we need to do as an opposition is appoint shadow ministers from the opposition side, create our own form of government from the opposition side. And a person like Mr. Mater, absolutely. And we would be behind him to ensure that those things that we see need to come out of education or whatever that ministry is, comes, and he has to do a lot of research and show us in the opposition that he's doing that research. And by showing us what he's done as far as the research is concerned, we can guide him as to whether or not this is doable or this is appropriate, and point him in the direction to go after the particular minister, whoever that is, to get the programs that he espoused during his campaign for education. He can get a lot of those exacted from the minister and the ministry by sitting in the opposition.
Well, opposition leader and chairman of the Progressive Virgin Islands Movement, Honorable Ronnie Skelton, said he will be passing on all of his political knowledge to Mather, who bring him up to speed in his new political role.
Well, Mather is my new, what do you call it, newbie? Yeah, I am going to be dependent on Mather for a lot of stuff. And whatever I know, he will know. I will bring him up to speed fast. So, and he's agreed for us, all of us, to bring him up to speed. And it will be done, because he represents the future of the House. So I will not do anything else but to make sure he is properly prepared.
Meanwhile, chairman of the National Democratic Party, Honorable Marlon Penn, also publicly committed to supporting Mather as his opposition colleague.
Mather is a personal friend, and he's someone who has garnered the admiration and support of the people of this territory. wherever I could support him and help him through the process with the knowledge that I've gained over the last 12 years, I'm definitely going to support him and give him those tips. And I know everyone among this table is going to be able to do that, because when I was in the House, I got the level of support even from persons who are on the other side of the other political aisle. And that is what this is all about at the end of the day. Doing what's in the best interest of the country and ensuring that all of us are in a position to really affect the level of change that we need to move forward.
Well, members of the soon-to-be fully sworn-in opposition have all expressed that at some point following the announcement of the results from the 2023 general election, they were contacted by someone within the Virgin Islands party camp with an offer to become deputy premier. Well, this is according to information presented by some of the opposition-elect during a recent press conference. Well, District 2 elect Honorable Melvin Mitch Turnbull said he was one of the first to receive a call from the VIP camp for the position of deputy premier, but said he turned down the offer.
While I'm speaking truth, I failed to mention earlier that about 10 p.m. on Monday, I received the first call from the Virgin Islands Party government to be the deputy premier. So if I was hungry for power, I would have already gone. But what I am is someone that stands on integrity. So I shared with my party chairman and the other members of the Progressive Virgin Islands movement, I cannot say one thing to people and represent something else. So as we continue in these Virgin Islands to the 5th House of Assembly, I think it's extremely important that I stay true to who I am, always remember whose I am, and know that the people of the Virgin Islands are the priority and have to be the priority as we go from strength to strength and raise the reputation, raise the integrity, and raise the standard of the Virgin Islands, where we can once again be respected.
Well, National Democratic Party Chairman Honorable Marlon Penn also indicated that he was initially approached by the VIP to form an alliance, but said he declined the offer to have a discussion with members of the other elected political parties as the preferred option.
Suggestions was made in the initial stages of our discussion concerning a possible alliance. We said that that is not the direction that we wanted to go at the time. We said that we will sit down, and we made a decision as an organization that we will sit down, have a discussion with the progressive PVIM and with the PU, and a decision was made that all three leaders would sit down, discuss, and come back to the table. And that was upended with a unilateral decision that was made by Lorna Smith to move forward and form an alliance with the Virgin Islands Party.
Well, Penn, who was elected to serve the District 8, said he stood on grounds of principle, adding that he was contacted by many members of the Virgin Islands Party to leave his NDP and become deputy premier on the VIP team.
My position as chairman was extremely clear. I stood on principle because I was contacted by the Virgin Islands Party as well, by many members of the party asking me to leave my organization and join them to be the deputy premier. On many occasions, I had over 7 members from the party calling me, supporters of the parties calling me, asking me to do this, but I stood on principle. We ran a campaign of an anti-corruption campaign. When we formed the unity government, it exposed significant maladministration and challenges with the Virgin Islands Party administration. We saw the Auditor General reports that came out and the concerns that were raised in those reports. And then for me, it was very clear that my first point of negotiation will not be working with the Virgin Islands Party government when we have a viable option of us working with the PVIM and the PU to form a government. We as an organization made a decision that we're going to leave that room and work towards a negotiation with the PVIM and the PU. 6 of us met. The PVIM and the NDP met in a meeting, sent a clear mandate that the leaders of both organizations will go, have discussions with the leader of the PU, and then we will report back to our respective organizations on the way forward, and then we'll sit down in the room and chat our way forward.
Well, opposition leader and chairman of the Progressive Virgin Islands Movement, Honorable Ronnie Skelton, said that he was presented with specific terms from the VIP, which included the position of deputy premier and 2 ministerial roles.
we met with, like Julian said, PU. We met with him, and everything was put on the table. The Virgin Islands Party came to us, and what was put on the table is the deputy and two ministries and a junior minister. Marlene and I, we met, and none of that was discussed.
Meanwhile, Honorable Stacey Mater revealed that he was contacted to join the VIP. However, he said it came from Honorable Lorna Smith, who had decided to join the VIP to form the government.
On Tuesday morning, Honorable Smith called me and asked me to join her in joining the Virgin Islands Party. I told her it was not something I could do and gave a decision I needed to think about it. I came and I spoke to my colleagues because I understand the 3,612 people, I think it was, that voted for me, and I was not comfortable with that. And therefore I asked her late, I think it was 2 hours later. Cindy, you were there as well, remember? And I told you that I asked her to give me an hour. You left and you said you would talk to her and we would see what would happen. We never got a confirmation call back, and that's the way it ended.
Well, up next, aging Unbound Senior Citizens Month 2023. World Immunization Week 2023, vaccination is the key to a healthier world, and 19th annual 2023 Leverick Bay Poker Run returns. For these stories, when 284 News return.
Is someone gonna get that?
Hello.
Hello.
So nice of you to have cleaned up for us. Hi, baby.
We're like in-laws that don't show up unannounced.
Don't worry, I've got this.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Introducing a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. It doesn't always involve suits and bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons. I'm taking you outside in the field to share the journey of some of the BVI's the best and brightest men. From East End to West End, Virgin Gorda to Joss Van Dyke, not forgetting Anigada. Our Virgin Islands gentlemen are doing the damn thing. We are the movers and shakers of this generation. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman. Season 4 by yours truly, Ron Grant. Raising a generation of greatness. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on 284 Media.
Andy, turns out I'm allergic to the Australian veggie spread.
Ooh, thankfully CG will cover you anywhere in the world. Remember when I went to Australia for my title fight? Trust me when I say you do not want to get in the ring with a kangaroo. It wasn't until my victory dinner with the Sultan that I realized top shelf caviar doesn't agree with me. But I was covered. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm teaching your cousin how to use a flamethrower. Woohoo!
Medical cover anywhere in the world. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Well, today marked the official commencement of Senior Citizens Month 2023 in the Virgin Islands. Well, now in its 34th year, Senior Citizens Month is a month-long celebration in recognition of senior members of society. Well, local authorities kicked off the month of activities with a church service and declaration ceremony in Rotong. Well, there, Honorable Vincent Wheatley made his first appearance in his official capacity as Minister for Health and Social Development, where he addressed the ceremony on this year's theme and his ministry's plan to take action.
As we come together in worship and reflection, let us take a moment to give thanks for the invaluable contributions that our senior citizens have made to our communities. They have shaped the spiritual, social, and economic landscape we cherish today, and their wisdom, experience, and resilience continue to inspire and guide us in our journey. And I must, at this point, recognize, if you heard earlier, Mrs. Florissa George, who on April 16 celebrated 100 years on this planet. I want to also recognize Mrs. Iris Harrigan, who on August 4th will be celebrating her 100th birthday also, from Virgin Islands. And I must recognize Miss Bettina Yates. She is 101, making 102 on November 5th of this year. And I passed on the road 2 days ago driving a stick shift. I think she's the oldest driver ever in the history of the BVI. 101 driving a stick shift with no glasses on. Aging Unbound is not just a theme, it's a call to action grounded in our shared faith that we speak so much about. It is a reminder that aging should not be seen as a limitation, but rather as an opportunity to break free from stereotypes and embrace the endless possibilities that life has to offer.
The theme, Aging Unbound, emphasizes the resilience, vitality, and strength of seniors who continually strive to surpass the limitations traditionally associated with age. But this year, the Ministry of Health seeks to promote the concept of aging in place, allowing seniors to comfortably and safely remain in their own homes as they grow old and live independently within their communities for as long as possible. But the minister provided some further insight to set the objectives.
Throughout this month, we will be showcasing the remarkable achievements of the older generation within our communities and celebrate their continued vitality and enthusiasm for life. We will also focus on the importance of promoting a community that is inclusive and supportive of our senior citizens. We must create an environment where they feel valued, respected, and empowered to serve as role models for younger generations. To achieve this, my ministry will work diligently to improve access to health care, social services, and opportunities for engagement and personal development. We will promote policies that foster intergenerational connections and facilitate the exchange of knowledge and experience between the young and the old.
On to our final story, where on Friday, April 28th, 2023, a health fair was held at the Sir Oliver George's Plaza, where health officials conducted various screenings as well as vaccinations in observation of World Immunization Week 2023. One more in this report.
Every year, the last week of April, April 24th to April 30th, is celebrated as World Immunization Week to promote the use of vaccines so that more people are protected from vaccine-preventable diseases and live happier and healthy lives. The World Health Organization and its partners are celebrating World Immunization Week 2023 under the banner of the Big Catch-Up, with an aim to support countries to get back on track to ensure more people, particularly children, catch up on missed vaccinations. In its campaign message, WHO stresses the urgent need to find millions of children who missed their routine vaccinations during the COVID-19 pandemic and improving essential immunization coverage to at least 2019 levels and strengthening primary health care to deliver immunization. The Virgin Islands Health Services Authority has joined in the observation of Vaccination Week. On Friday, a health fair was held at the Sir Oliver George's Plaza, where health officials conducted various screenings as well as vaccinations. Students from across the territory participated. Also present was the BVI Diabetes Association. Ron Grant for 284 Media.
But that's all we have for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.